boner log, also known as a Canon, but not as fun to say. It's a big stiff log that sticks up out of the ground, mountain bikers ride along it, jump off the end, and it also kind of resembles, you got it, a boner. G'day mates, today I start work on building my own boner log, and the very first thing to do is find the perfect log. Let's hit it. I think we found the perfect tree. This one came down in a storm about a year ago. Looks to be nice and straight. I'm just going to trim back the bushes and we'll see just how big it is. Yep, that should be big enough. Let's get the chains and drag it into the open. It's free, but before I go any further with the log, I need to prepare its final resting place. The new feature is just up the trail from the gold digger step down that I built in the previous episode. I realised that I have another pile of dirt from an old gold digging that I can use as another landing for another jump. This will be the landing behind me, which means that the boner log will be erected right there. I think it's going to look great having the log sticking up in the air without any extra supports, but to do that, I need to make sure it's nice and stiff. I'm going to need to dig a big hole so I can bury the thick end of the log. Oof, that's a nice hole. Let's trim the boner log to size and clean it up. The log's cut down to size now and I've trimmed off some of those extra bits. Now comes the really tricky part. Finding our way through the Australian bushland, dragging this thing with the tractor. And we're off. So far so good. Now for the tricky part. That was scary. I thought that was rolling for sure. Surprisingly, that actually went pretty well. So now all we have to do is spin the log around and drop it in the hole. The plan here is to lift the smaller end and drag it into place so the fat end falls into the hole. Without burying it in the dirt, it's already solid enough to take my weight. I always like to debark the logs so that it lasts longer. So I've just skimmed off the top of the log with the chainsaw, making it relatively flat, because the next step is to use an Alaskan mill, and I'll take a much bigger chunk of the top off, which is going to create a great surface for me to put slats down on. The mill works perfectly. While I still have the chainsaw set up, let's go mill the remaining logs to create the slats. This is just a small width cut and you can see how long it's taking. The wider the cut, the longer it takes. Finished slabbing with the Alaskan mill. That took forever. Halfway through I put a longer bar on the chainsaw and a brand new ripping chain, and that sped up the process heaps. We've got 3 planks, which is more than enough to finish off the boner log. Now I just need to cut the slats down to size and screw them down. I'm making them 50 centimeters or 19.5 inches wide, which should make a pretty good riding surface. Now to space them out and screw them down. Damn, that is looking epic. This is by far the coolest thing I've ever built. It has a little bit of bounce to it, but that could be fine. I'm not sure. We'll see. Now that the boner log is good to go, I need to sort the landing and run out. The mini excavator should make short work of a few dead trees that are in the way. Now that the dead trees have been removed, you can see that it's a bit of a rock garden, which doesn't really inspire confidence. So I'll be using these rocks to build a retaining wall on the landing. Yup, that rock wall made it a bit more gnarly, so I'm gonna need a big case pad on this. We need dirt, lots of dirt. Ooh, hold up, we got a t-shirt winner, Luke Steele. If you want to win a t-shirt, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I have been moving dirt all day and I am an absolute sweaty mess. But the landing's behind me and it is looking mint. All the dirt is in place and now all I need to do is just go and slap pack it down. Far out, this thing is looking sick. It is complete. I've got a dodgy run-in set up for it. The only problem is now I have to hit it. And I'm a bit nervous. Packing my ducks right now. I've only ever hit one other boner log. It was smaller than this, and it was also my biggest crash. So I'm going to start off with just a couple runs in to feel the speed, and we'll see how comfortable I am. First speed test. I have punched out a bunch of run-ins, feeling better, feeling more confident. I think it's time to send it. Wish me luck. Let's do this. Definitely not going to hit that rock retaining wall. Huge knuckle. Lucky I put that massive case pad on there. I survived. And I know that I need more speed. Dropping in for a POV. The gold digger. My adrenaline is absolutely pumping right now. I had a couple of close calls with some knuckles there, but as soon as I had that speed dialed, it was just smooth sailing. Loving it. If you enjoyed this, click this video because I'm sure you're going to love that one as well. I'm out here at the trail with all my free time, just building these features. It takes a lot of effort. So if you're still watching this and you haven't subscribed, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much.